What is happening, y'all? Mr. Goopy here, and welcome to another tutorial video, this time for the Steam release of Resident Evil 2, highly requested after the release of my Resident Evil 1 tutorial. So, we're going to go ahead and go step by step. I'm not going to be wasting your time, or at least as much as I can. First things first, purchase the game. I already did it to test all this out. You should do it too. Now, I have learned after making the Resident Evil 1 video that RE Enhance has updated their file bank with their RE Enhance for GoG version to include the classic Rebirth DLL as well as the version 1.1 executable. So for anyone that followed the original process of the TeamX mod, then the Seamless HD mod, then the RE Enhance mod, that is no longer necessary. You can skip straight to RE Enhance and it will have everything you need. Which means that this would be, under normal circumstances, the second and final step, and you guys will be done after you see this. I will still include the setup for Seamless HD because some people just really don't like RE Enhance. But you will come to this website. Note, as of the making of this video, on April 3rd, around 10:20 p.m. Eastern Time, ModDB is actually down. Like, the only reason why this website is up is because I had it up in preparation to make this. If you click anything right now, it's just going to say that the gateway's bad, blah, blah, blah. But they'll fix it. They always fix it. It's been known to happen from time to time. So, RE Enhance website, we're going to hit download, and we're going to do the RE Enhance RE2 version 2.0.1 for GoG version full. And then, this is an additional step. RE Enhance includes these AI portraits that are kind of like, anime style drawn, and some people really, really hate them. I don't mind them. I guess I just don't take a lot of damage and have to look at the status screen. I don't know. But they do have a patch for RE Enhance RE2 PS1 PSX portraits. Now, I do want to put this out. I looked for a similar patch for RE1. It doesn't exist. If I don't remember looking at the portraits to see if they were updated or not. Maybe one day. But I did test out this mod and replace the portrait files, and it replaces the character portrait with like an in-game model of the character. It's not the original from the PlayStation, but I guess it's a good middle ground for people that just hate the AI artwork. So we're going to go ahead and download both of these. Now, it goes without saying that all the links I used in this video will be linked in the description down below, just like last time. Now, we have both of our zip files. We're going to start off with RE Enhance. This is going to be the same exact process we did. You can do this with 7-zip. I also did test out RE Enhance with just the Windows extractor, and it did work. So we're going to hit Browse, and we're going to find same path. It's going to be Steam, Steam Apps, Common, Biohazard 2. And remember that if you have any trouble finding this file, you will have to, hang on, I'm actually going to exit this out so I can show it to you. We're going to cancel this. Local disk PCs, program files, x86, Steam. And if you're having problems seeing it, hit View, Show, Hidden Items. Sometimes your Steam apps can be in Hidden Items. Next up, Steam Apps, Common, Biohazard 2. This is your file bank. Now let's go back to the guide. I'm going to go ahead, hit Extract All, Browse. I already have it in Biohazard 2, but I'm going to look at it right quick. Common, Biohazard 2, Japanese. It has to go inside the Japanese folder. Select folder and extract. It's going to ask you to copy files over, blah, blah, blah. You're going to go ahead and take care of that when it happens. Place files. And voila. Everything is where it should be. Now, we're going to highlight all of it. Right-click, cut. We're going to go to the Biohazard 2 file, the main base, paste. Now, to finish the setup, there is a Claire EXE and a Leon EXE. Pretend that these do not exist, because honestly, they don't. What you need to do is you need to go to 4249110_launcher.exe. This is the EXE that Steam is going to use to launch. Rename it to literally anything. Literally anything but exe, just because funny. Now, the Resident Evil 2 exe, we are going to rename into 4249110 underscore, actually, underscore launcher. There we go. And now this will now take the place of Steam as the main launcher, that the executable that Steam is going to launch from. If you need, if the numbers confuse you, it's up here in your file bank, the 4249110, and then it's underscore launcher. Now, this is an additional step, and you can feel free to skip it if you want to, but for those of you that just cannot stand the portraits, we have the RE Enhanced RE2 PS1 portrait zip. We're going to go ahead and extract it. We are not going to extract it into the file bank. We're just going to send it into the downloads folder or wherever you have it. I have it inside RE2 guide. I made a copy in case I screwed things up, but select folder, extract. And because it's only a couple of web Ps, we shouldn't have much of a problem here. Now, let's go back to downloads. RE2 guide. And here's the PS2 portraits. Now you have two. You have the original RE Enhanced portraits backup if you want to switch them back, and you have the PS1 portraits. These are the new ones. Open it. This is the MISC file. Now what we're going to do is we're going to copy these. And then we're going to go find our Steam apps folder, you know, what we put all the games into. Common Biohazard 2. Now what you're going to look for is the folder Hires. Double click, MISC. Double click, and we're going to paste it in here. It's going to ask you to replace, and now you have PS1 versions of the portrait. Now, that's all it takes to get this set up. We're going to go ahead and hit play, and it should bring up the classic Rebirth INI launcher. There you go. We're going to change our resolution to full screen. Make sure that enable 240p is off. If it is on, it's going to render the backgrounds into the OG backgrounds. Make sure it is off. I'm going to turn censorship off. I'm going to go ahead and leave all this up. I always leave boot and configure mode alone because if something goes wrong, at least this menu will pop up so I can play with it. Otherwise, you got to go through the DLL to enable it. Controller input method is the same as it was. X input for Xbox. Direct input for PlayStation 4 and other gamepads, raw input for mouse and keyboard. I'm using an Xbox controller, and this stays white for some reason. I can't select my controller, even though I can confirm it works. It's weird. It's very different from the way the Resident Evil 1 worked, but we're going to go ahead. I do turn on texture filtering because it enables bilinear filtering. It kind of fills in some of the missing gaps of the graphics. It makes it look a little cleaner if you have a graphics card that can handle it. You can also, if you hover over it, it tells you that if you hit F7, you can turn it off and on the fly to see the difference while you're in game. But let's go ahead and launch. As you can see, you got yourself a nice updated title screen. This lets you know that the mods are installed. We're going to go ahead and launch the game. And as you can see, here we go. Look at this. All the HD goodness. No 240p pixelated mess. And also, the updated character portraits. This is what the AI hand-drawn one looks like versus the PS1 updated ones that RE Enhanced provides if you so choose to do that step. Now we are switching gears. If you do not want to do RE Enhanced, I have figured out how to get Seamless HD itself working on the Steam version. Still launching from Steam, everything still works, it's just not RE Enhanced. First, you will have to go to the Classic Rebirth website to download the Classic Rebirth DLL. I've been hearing reports that both this and ModDB have been down as of late. That could be a lot of people flooding in, you know, a lot of traffic because these games just dropped on Steam. I can't say for sure, honestly, but you're going to need the DLL. You will need the Biohazard 2 Sourcenext 1.1 patch, which is also on the same website. And you will need to go over to Nexus Mods and download the unofficial Sourcenext 1.0 conversion patch. You will need to make an account with Nexus Mods in order to download this. Next, you're going to need the TeamX HD Mod, which is going to be used as a base for Seamless HD. And finally, you will need the Resident Evil 2 Seamless HD Project version 2.0, the latest version of Seamless HD. With all these files now in our possession, we're going to do this in order. First, Unofficial Sourcenext conversion patch. I'm going to go ahead, click Extract, Browse. It's going to be the same file as what we did with RE Enhance, Biohazard, or 4249110 Biohazard 2, Japanese, select folder, extract, and replace all files. If it asks you. All right. That's in. Next, you need the classic Rebirth DLL. Extract, browse, same folder. And copy and replace. Now you need, here it is, the Bio2 1.1 version. Extract, browse, select, extract. Next up, we don't need RE Enhance. I can just get rid of these. Resident Evil 2 HD Mod. This is the TeamX mod. Now, for the TeamX mod and Seamless HD, I highly recommend using 7-zip or WinRAR. I had issues with the Windows extractor not recognizing WebP files. So I'm using 7-zip. It's free. Go get it. And we're going to do the same thing because it opens up in this window with 7-zip. Extract. You're gonna have to go through a little bit more of a process to find your folder, but when you browse for folder, it should be under this PC, local disk, program files, Steam, Steam apps, common, Biohazard 2, Japanese. Okay, and it's extracting. Yes to all. All right. And now for Seamless HD, our last, well, extracting step. We still have another step to do. No. We want 7-zip. Extract. I gotta find the folder again. Great. Program. Steam. Steam apps. Common, Biohazard 2, Japanese, okay, yes to all. 7-zip actually works faster than the Windows extractor, it seems. Okay, so the guts of the game are now complete. Let's go to our program files. Steam, it seems like I've been doing this a lot today. Steam apps, common, Biohazard 2, Japanese, same story as RE Enhance. Copy it all. Actually, no. Cut, because you want to remove it from the Japanese folder. Paste here. Everything's in here. Make sure you have a saves folder. There have been instances where a saves folder is not created, and when you try to save it, just crashes the game. So just right-click, right-click, create file, just name it saves. Mine, it came in, so we're good. Again, the Claire and Leon EXEs, they don't exist. We're going to find the 4249110 launcher EXE, rename it to anything. I don't know, whatever you want. And Bio2 1.1 patch, rename it to 4249110_launcher. And now Steam will recognize it just like with RE Enhanced. Now, with the Sourcenext 1.1 patch, you now have to open that file, cut, and paste. This is the final step. It converts it into a Sourcenext version. Now we are ready to launch the game. It's going to open up our config INI, full screen, texture filtering, do not disable my censorship, and we launch. It'll say cannot create config INI. Unfortunately, a side effect that I have noticed so far is that this seems to pop up every time, and you just have to change your settings every time you launch it. But the good news is now it doesn't crash whenever you launch it. Here we are, up and running. And we got that Seamless HD Leon picture, but that is it for this guide. You have been shown on how to both install RE Enhance, which is the easy version, and Seamless HD, which is the hard version. My personal recommendation, just do RE Enhance with the portraits. It's so much simpler, but if you really like Seamless HD, then this works just fine. But I'm going to go ahead and end off with that. As always, if this helps anybody out, please feel free to hit the like button, hit that sub button. It really helps me out. And stay tuned, because I'm already working on Resident Evil 3, the finale of our little Steam release. But until then, I will see you all next time.